Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing some more training and I'm going to be yapping. I'm going to do what I do best. I'm a talk, I'm a yap, I'm a bark. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's kind of sensitive to me, but I want to talk about it because I've gone through so much with it and I feel like if I talk about it, I'll be able to process it better. I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey today, how I lost weight and how I kind of dealt with that and how my life is a lot more different for the better and also for the worse. And I'm going to be training while talking about this because like I said, I'm a yapper and I also need to be doing something while I yap or I'm not going to be able to truly concentrate on what I'm talking about. And I also don't think you guys just want to sit and stare at me. Just a quick trigger warning, there's going to be talk about eating disorders, weight loss, weight gain, a lot of just basic trauma relating to weight and to appearance. If you are someone who struggles with that, I do recommend you do not watch this, but if you are somebody who is interested in the topic, then I hope you enjoy. Also, a big thank you to everyone who not only shares their story in the comments of these yapping videos, but also replies to people and encourages them. If you guys like these types of videos, make sure to show my channel some love, but without further interruption, let's get into the video. All right, I'm gonna turn off reshade so my PC doesn't blow up. And we're gonna go find a horse to train because I have a lot of new ones. As you guys know, I have a problem. So I have some new horses that I want to train and I started training them last night, or I started training one of them last night. So I have Winter, she's trained a little bit. I need to change up her mane because I don't know if I like the pink mane, but this is my Connemara. And then Neptune, she is my newer thoroughbred. She is the bird spot thoroughbred. There's also Berbert, he has not really been trained. I'm not gonna lie, Berbert here, he's a Hungarian half-bred. Love this horse. He is not athletic. Berbert's movement is equal to a leaf falling off of a tree, okay? It starts at one point and just keeps on going down until it hits the ground. So after Berbert gives up, he gives up. My newest horse on top of that is Empire. He is a Missouri Foxtrotter, one of the newer coats. I really like this horse, so I think I'm gonna start with him, but I have to tack him up first. We're gonna skip to that though, because you guys always say I take so long to get into the actual subject. I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. Also, this is one of the special saddles. Look at this detail. I don't really know where to start with this because every time I talk about it, I feel like I just get sad and I don't want to talk about it again, but I've been getting better at it. I think the biggest reason I get sad about talking about my weight loss is because I didn't really get to experience a lot of happy moments in my childhood because of it. I was kind of swamped with like, I shouldn't be enjoying this food. I shouldn't be enjoying this experience because I am chubby. So growing up, I really didn't have a weight problem until I reached middle school. I'm not going to show my kid photos just because I don't want to show kid photos on the internet like that, but I wasn't overweight at all. Rest in peace, that squirrel. And I was in multiple sports every single summer. My mom kept us very active. As you know, I was the youngest sibling and I was trying to catch up with my older siblings. It wasn't really a worry for my parents back then. As I got into middle school, I kind of noticed like I'm not like other girls, you know? Like there were kids who were chubbier like me, but I had more hips, I had more, you know, definition to my body, and I was always jealous of the other girls because they could wear like cute little leggings and they didn't have a tummy, and I was just like, what the hell, man? So from a pretty young age, because of like society and everything and people's comments, I kind of looked at my weight and thought of it as something bad and something that I needed to fix. This is kind of when I started to grow weary about my weight. My mom would dress me up in like the golf dad fit, okay? The plaid shorts, the colored plaid shorts, the polo shirts or something like fancy. And of course I would get bullied because my mom didn't really know how to dress like in the trend. She was trying her best, okay? Listen, my mom was trying her best with dressing me. Until I learned really like my own fashion sense, I was also kind of gone after for that too. School is just shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I've never had a super good experience with school. There has never been 1 year of school where I have like had any fun throughout the year. And I'm so sorry if you went through the same experience of not being able to enjoy school or not being able to enjoy something like that because of other people. That's just kind of how school is. As I went through middle school, I did a lot of sports. Well, when you do sports for a lot of schools, no matter what country you're in, a lot of times they make you go through physicals or medical exams where they just pay attention to your heart rate, they pay attention to all of your vitals and make sure that you're fit for sports. So if you struggle with a condition, they say yes or no to a sport. I was a healthy kid. Every time I went to a physical, they would pass me. It wasn't an issue. It was never like, you know, a question of should I do the sport or should I not? Every single time I went to the doctor, even up until like college, I would get comments on my weight. Wee! oh, do a flip, I guess. Oh my God, you good, umpire? I would get comments on my weight, and they would always relate back to the BMI. And it's kind of to depict if you are overweight or underweight depending on your height. So for example, right now I'm 5'11", and the doctor would look at a BMI and go, okay, you're underweight or you're overweight compared to your weight now. And this is what a lot of doctors use. I know a lot of medical professionals will agree with this statement, and a lot of them have tossed us out the window and used other tactics to kind of calculate weight and everything. The BMI is bullshit. If I was overweight medically, it wasn't obesity or anything like that. The doctors freaked out at times. They would say, oh yeah, no, I'm glad you're doing sports. And I was a child, man. I was a kid. I had no idea what they were talking about. So they would kind of imprint on my mom's mind and be like, your daughter needs to lose weight. How you doing? Oh, you doing soccer? You having fun with soccer? Yeah, well, you're overweight, so I'm happy for you that you're choosing to get out there, bud. It wasn't an issue in my mind of I need to lose weight. It was always just, oh, I can't wait for soccer this summer, or I can't wait for swim when school starts. It was never an idea of I need to do these sports to lose weight. I was excited to do the sports. Okay, maybe we don't do this course. So that was kind of the start of not only people picking on me, but also doctors picking on me. My mom never really made comments until I was in high school, which is what I'll talk about in a second. As I went on with life, I started to take comfort in food. I never really ate a lot of food until kind of like end of middle school, beginning of high school, and I started to binge eat really bad. It was just kind of a comfort thing. Like I would just not eat for a long time and then I would binge eat, and this is an eating disorder. Gaining weight and losing weight can both be classified as that. It doesn't mean that one ED is over another ED. I'm just saying that, you know, it's still an eating disorder. I struggled really bad with binge eating up until high school, until like almost end of high school. And by this point, I was already kind of like overweight. So I was struggling really bad with my body image. I didn't really think I was like that far off until I looked at old pictures of me. But it wasn't really until college that I noticed that I gained a good bit of weight. I was also going through a lot of medical problems at the time, so that didn't really help. I wasn't able to like work out a ton, and when I did work out, it wasn't consistent. Without a proper diet and not working out, of course, you're gonna begin to see weight gain or health problems. Thankfully, with my weight gain, I didn't have a ton of health problems that related to my weight gain. My health problems were always unrelated, which I'm very thankful for. This is kind of where I started to really struggle mentally. You know, my mom and I have had really good talks since then. My mom was very harsh with my body image. Anytime I would wear leggings like my sister was wearing, because my sister is comparatively smaller than me, skinnier than me. I wouldn't say smaller, we're both basically the same height. She would say, oh, well, you can't wear leggings like she does. It doesn't look as good. You know, you can see like everything. Or she would say, oh, well, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. Oh, that dress is too short. Even though it's long enough because your thighs are bigger, it really did suck. And my sister really never commented on it. My sister has always been kind of like in the background, just like, you go queen. I grew up with this, but from middle school to basically college, I was just in like this void of just embarrassment for my weight when I shouldn't have been that embarrassed. This is one thing I'll note. I'll talk about it later. One thing I learned through this entire journey, people do not care. People do not care. If they care, they are just insecure. If somebody that isn't close to you comments on your weight, why should it matter? After I started college, I started hanging out with a big group of friends, and I would go out and like go to campfires and bonfires and little parties and go hang out with them. I made a lot of friends, got into a relationship and all that. And I kind of realized, like, what the hell was I doing? I was hiding my body for the longest time, and there was no reason to. This is kind of where I was the same weight, but I had a lot more confidence, and it was a lot easier to navigate life that way. I found outfits that looked better on my body because I had a different body type in general to a lot of smaller girls. Weight is an issue all around, so people can struggle with being both underweight and overweight, but you know, people who have a more petite body type or a skinnier body type may struggle with finding outfits that fit their body type, same as people with a bigger body type. Nothing wrong with either side. I'm just saying, like, that's one thing I struggled with. Boy, if you don't get over there. So when I started college, I started working full time. So I really didn't have a lot of time to, like, I wouldn't say be mentally ill. I was still mentally ill, very much so. But before COVID happened, I didn't really have time to be mentally ill. Like, I was working a schedule. I'm like, okay, cry from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and then I have to go to work. I do not have time to be sad, you know? And it definitely was a big help to my mental health because I didn't really have enough time or energy to worry about my weight. I was starting to lose weight. One thing about my body type is I've always had a bigger chest and also a bigger ass, which a lot of women is like, hey, she got both, she's blessed. Donations are available. I will donate both to somebody if they want it. I mean, I love how they look in outfits, but finding the outfits is the problem. So on top of my weight, I saw my thick thighs and my, you know, big butt and big chest as like a problem. I will say that when you lose weight everywhere. So if you have a bigger chest and you have weight on you, your boobs are gonna shrink. I hate to say it, but your boobs they may go a little bit. So I also started working out in college. One thing I really focused on, and it's something that I still focus on, is lifting weights. I don't look like super muscly, but I like lifting weights because I can lift weights easier. Like starting out in the gym, I started lifting like 20-pound weights or doing the bench with bigger weights and adding weights to the bar. So I was always kind of happy to have that strength naturally. I don't like having bigger arms, but like I'm not gonna complain too much because if you muscle them up, they do look cooler. And also if you get tattoos, but I won't talk about that. So my solution through all of this was just ignoring it. I just ignored my weight to the best of my abilities until I couldn't anymore. At this point, I moved out of the house. I quit my job. I dropped out of college because I was about to graduate, but they enrolled me in the wrong classes. And I was like, screw this. I already paid the money for the classes. I can't get out of them. So why should I continue going to college if they're just going to keep on doing that? I was on a decent path with my YouTube and I just wanted to move out. So I moved to Georgia. I lived there for a little bit. When I was there, I didn't really have a lot of money. So, you know, when you don't have a lot of money to spend on food, you have to be picky and you also low-key just have to like eat nothing. Growing up, because I was overweight, I would wear a lot of baggy clothes because I didn't want people to see my body shape. Well, when you wear baggy clothes in the heat, you start to hate summer. You start to hate the heat. Because you are constantly hot and sweaty, you just hate the heat, and I used to love winter because of it. I still do love winter and I love fall, but I'm starting to love summer too because I can wear like shorts and tank tops and like crop tops and stuff like that and not feel like I'm in someone else's body. It was major body dysmorphia too because moving back home and losing some of my weight, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going shopping, but I feel like I'm going shopping for someone else's body. The plus size girly in my head will never leave. I will never stop being a plus size girly because even though I lose all this weight and even when I hit my mile marker for, you know, loss and I continue on my journey, I'm still gonna have that mindset. And it really sucks because you feel like you're not in your body. It takes a long time to adjust. It's been 2 years now that I've been losing a lot of weight and I still have not adjusted. Continuing on, I got home after a few months of living in Georgia. It just wasn't working out there and I came back home to continue my career here and also help my parents on our property because they wanted to get animals. When I came home, I got here and I stayed here for a year. And throughout that year, I tried to lose weight, but I really wasn't able to lose weight. I found out it's neurological, which is very much possible for those who are like, no, it's not. It's not in your brain. You just didn't eat right. I wasn't eating anything. I got to my heaviest when I moved back in with my parents and I stopped eating a lot and I started kind of intermittent fasting. So I wasn't, you know, starving myself or anything like that. I was just eating at certain points of the day and not eating throughout the day like snacks and meals. During this time, I started live streaming with face cam and I was super insecure because I've always had kind of like a quote round face or chubby face. I had a chubby face because of body fat. So I'll show photos of what my webcam looked like before and after a lot of my weight gain. I was pretty when I had a chubbier face. I'm not saying that I, you know, got more beautiful or anything like that. I'm just saying that my face shape changed so much. I'll go about what else happened through my transformation after I talk about how I lost the weight because I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, get to the point, Peachy. Before I start telling you guys like those ads that you see on websites like dermatologists hate her because she found out the secret. There was no secret for me. I tried lemon water. I tried apple cider vinegar shots. I tried standing on my head for 10 seconds a day. I tried praying to God, okay? I tried every single weight loss tactic there is, and nothing ever really worked, at least consistently that I tried. I went to the psychiatrist because I was really just not feeling great mentally and I felt like I wasn't really going to be able to be fixed by just taking vitamin D and going out into the sun and hoping for the best. I was mentally ill and I needed help. I went to the psychiatrist and they diagnosed me with ADD or ADHD as it's now called. And they also diagnosed me with depression and anxiety. They didn't actually diagnose me with depression when I was there. They just said like, oh, depression is in your files. And I was like, I wasn't diagnosed with depression. And they're like, okay, well, you have it. So I was put on Wellbutrin, generic bupropion. So I was put on it because of anxiety. My social anxiety was like debilitating at some time. I didn't know this, but you should not be scared to go into Walmart by yourself. My psychiatrist low-key shamed me. Love him, but he was like, girlie, you should have come here a lot earlier, like my bad. So I got put on that, and I also, a couple months later, I would say like a month or two later, I got put on a medication to help with my supposed endometriosis or my ovarian cysts. I got put on birth control. I told my OBGYN that I don't want to go on a birth control that, you know, gives water weight, which is something that birth control does, is gives you water weight, which is about 20 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds, give or take. For some people it's lighter, but for my size, it would have been 20 or so pounds. He put me on Lorena, or that's generic for Yaz. So he put me on a birth control that is more natural and doesn't give you water weight. And with this combination, this magical combination, I started dropping pounds off real quick. I think I was at like 5 pounds a month at first. I lost weight really quickly, which if you lose weight quickly, go to the doctor. Thankfully, I was not sick. I got blood tests done like a month or two after I started losing weight. I started having to give away clothes. I started having to buy new clothes. It's been about a year since I started losing a good bit of weight. I lost 70 pounds, which is a lot of weight if you put my old weight versus my new weight. On the BMI scale for my height, my weight is okay, but still, you know, there are times where I'm like, oh, am I still overweight? Like, should I still like try to lose weight, you know? And it sucks. I hate the feeling of just like constantly feeling like I need to lose weight, like I need to have that. When I started losing weight, like I said, I started losing weight everywhere. I lost a lot of face fat. I lost a lot of body fat, arm fat. I lost a good bit of thigh fat. I used to have like little sausage fingers, you know? My fingers aren't longer. Your fingers don't get longer, you know, but they get thinner. My ring size went from a 10 to 11 to a 6 or a 7, sometimes 5. It really depends on the brand. So I had to give away all of my rings, or I had to put them on my thumb. Some of my rings just do not fit anymore. They slide off. I lost a lot of rings actually because they would slide off, because I would like gaslight myself into thinking like, oh yeah, no, I'll be able to wear these rings. No, baby girl, you should have taken them off. A lot of people's concerns with weight loss, especially when you're like in between your 20s and 30s, is excess skin. I don't really struggle a lot with excess skin because I'm a lot younger and I use like essential oil, like cream and stuff like that. I lost weight slow enough that I don't have a lot of excess skin. I mean, excess skin isn't like a big deal, to me at least. If somebody's really insecure about it, they can get surgery, but it's not really needed. I still have a tummy, I still have bigger thighs, and I still have bigger hips because losing weight does not change your anatomy. I will probably always have bigger thighs. I will always have bigger hips. I will have a little tummy. You know, hear me out. A lot of girls have tummies because that is where their organs are. They have organs. And when you have organs, you have skin covering it. When I lost all my weight, I learned a big thing. Not about myself, but about other people. You do get treated differently. I see girls who are bigger than me at the store or at the gym or anything like that, and I don't realize their weight. I'm looking at like their outfit or their hair or how pretty they are, you know? And I don't really realize until I think about it. And I feel guilty almost, like why am I even thinking of that? That's why I'm so slow to judge some people. It's because like I used to be like that. Why would I judge someone for that? I realized how easy it is to struggle with stuff like that. How easy it is to find yourself struggling with losing weight and people judging you. People do treat you differently. I remember when I was in college and high school, I mean, I had a boyfriend in college, but I was in college and high school, and people would view me as like the fat friend, like the wing woman, you know? Like, oh, hey, come get me this girl, you know? Like, help me get this girl, befriend her. And because I was like the fat friend or the thicker friend, girls would trust me a lot easier because they'd be like, oh, she's wanting friends. I wasn't like yearning for someone's attention. I just wanted friends because I didn't have a lot of friends. It kind of made me realize how much people try to use you because of your weight and because of your appearance to other people. I would have people make fat jokes and turn around and go, no offense to me. And I would go, no offense taken, but what the hell? Like, thanks for that. This is kind of the reason I made the video, is because I realized not only how much my body has changed, but also how much my mind has changed. I don't really have major body dysmorphia. I used to when I was working out a lot, but now I really don't. I still, like I said, I still have a tummy. As I'm kind of finishing up with this video, on top of everything that happened, I cannot tell you how much happier I am. I am a lot happier. I will say that. I'm able to do a lot more things. Oh. Ouchie, okay. One thing I never really struggled with, which weight gain does struggle a lot with, heart issues and blood pressure. I never had a blood pressure problem. I actually had a problem for a little bit having lower blood pressure, but I don't really think that's a medical issue. It wasn't like drastically low. it was just like, oh, hey, your blood pressure's a little bit below normal, and then the next day would be normal. So I don't know. If I look it up on WebMD, it's gonna say I'm pregnant, so I'm not doing that. Oh, headache? Yeah, you're pregnant. Oh, you're a man? Yeah, you're pregnant. Like, WebMD does not care. Pregnancy is the only solution. A lot of people say that people who are bigger are not lightweights. They can carry a lot more alcohol. I cannot handle my alcohol for shit. I'm not gonna lie. This is unhealthy for me to say. I know it is. I hate eating a lot of times. I cannot eat. People say, oh, when you get into a relationship, happy relationship food, you know, happy relationship weight. Even when I was in a relationship, I didn't eat a lot because I didn't like eating. I'm not really a foodie anymore. I'll try foods. Like, I'm not picky. I'm not a picky eater. I'll still respect people and like eat when I'm around them. Some days I don't eat for like the entire day because I forget to. Like, it's not something that I really value anymore. I try to like keep my calorie intake up. Like, I eat a decent bit of peanut butter here and then. Like, I have little peanut butter bites I eat if I don't eat all day, and then I have like little fruit bowls and stuff I eat throughout the day to keep my hydration up and everything. I mean, I drink a lot of water, but at the same time, you know, you need to keep all of those levels up. I'm not looking for any pity or for any sympathy on this. I do appreciate any encouraging comments, but I just made this to share my story and to share my weight loss journey. If you guys have stories of your own, I would love to hear it in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and head out because the server's about to restart. But thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Stay healthy and safe and hydrated, and I will see you in the next video or stream.